Making connections between leadership from the middle and Nunavut's context. Leadership from the middle juxtaposes the Department of Education's attempts at curricular development, professional development, and collaboration. Leadership from the middle in the Kitikmeot will begin on a small scale with those participants that want to be involved. It will be driven by best practices that are most relevant for learning success right now. It will consist of a community of colleagues with authentic needs, success in the classroom, success as an educator, success for children. Research proves that no matter what type of learning one is engaged in, it must be authentic and useful in your context in order to be sustainable and successful. Small collaborative environments that target authentic tasks foster success. Whether the CMC is synchronous or asynchronous, threaded or space-based, participants will be pulled into the conversation and driven to contribute. Only those that are interested will be a part of the conversation. Leadership from the middle engages those that want to be involved. A stark difference compared to top-down approaches that either require participation, because it's mandated by the top, or participation is driven by an ulterior motive, like a trip or a pay increase. A short case study of a successful middle leadership opportunity can articulate the possibility for success. SKY, Science for Kitikmeot Youth and Educators, has recently seen a revival in organization, funding, and community outreach. The organization saw its revival largely through the collaboration of educators in 3 Kitikmeot communities, hundreds of kilometers apart and supported by a trickle of internet. The common goal of these educators was to offer a supportive network for those engaged in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. They collectively planned region-wide challenges, have consistently hosted inclusive competitions that accommodate in-person and remote participation, and have provided accessible funding for every school in the Kitikmeot. They have representatives in each community. They've built this successful organization through CMC technology available at the time, email, teleconferencing, and Google Docs. Their goal was authentic. Middle leadership made this venture successful. Support from the regional school operation combined with interested individuals and schools and a lot of hard work. A collaborative community such as SKY that makes use of CMC but is driven by an authentic goal illustrates the collaborative opportunity in the Kitikmeot. The goal of collaborative communities is to seek improvement and sustainability. Fullen's leadership from the middle model offers coherence by addressing system and local needs. Nunavut has established system needs. They have identified literacy as a departmental focus and have committed substantial monetary and professional resources toward that goal. This provides an opportunity for a collaborative community to strengthen each other's practice to meet the needs of the territory-wide initiative. The system goal can find authentic drive by creating a focus on local needs. In the past, Kitikmeot schools have worked in silos. Making use of CMC and small target groups would allow for collaborative communities. The creation of small community of learners, which from the onset are driven by a clear focus in local needs and includes only those learners that are authentically interested, has the potential for significant knowledge building. Discourse about the topic at hand in any way is valuable to generate knowledge. The small access that the Kitikmeot communities have to technology, specifically reliable internet connections, can still act as an accelerator to their collaboration. Determining leadership to drive the initiative would be required, but those individuals should be part of the learning community. For this to take place, asynchronous CMC would offer a fine solution. The regional school operations focused support would likely be required at the beginning to connect major players from each of the schools, as was the case with SKY. Educators could be identified based on past experience or practice. Additionally, open invitations could be circulated to engage those individuals that might be inclined. Individuals from the schools involved would form the foundation for the collaborative community. Next, those partners would need to establish priorities for collaboration and attainable goals. Based on these priorities, further communication methods would be explored by the group. Likely file sharing and further asynchronous CMC and perhaps synchronous CMC that has the ability to archive interactions would suffice as members gather information and build their vision. The most important piece of this collaboration is that Nunavut are driven by the goal of supporting each other in their schools. Communication needs to be open between colleagues, classes, and schools. Knowledge needs to be shared. From this premise, schools can find communication technology to fit their needs. The biggest mistake would be to impose a CMC technology on the group and shape collaboration around its particular functionality. 21st century collaboration recognizes all types of technology and applies them as required to complete the given task. For a moment, pause and think. Have you observed an attempt to engage educators with a top-down mandate? Was that venture successful in reaching the goals that were outlined by the top? How can 21st century thinking encourage engagement?